Hello, future engineers, and we are going to be creating Tik Tok number 2 right over here. So this is from our OnShape practice 3. I'm going to call this Tik Tok 2 because I already made a TikTok, and then I will click OK. So with this one, there are so many different ways to approach this problem. I am going to start by, I think I did it a different way in class, but I'm going to start by drawing this front EU shape over here. So let's start by sketching on this front plane and view plane to normal. And now I want to draw a rectangle that is the shape of this. So I'm going to take my rectangle tool, draw it out like this, and then dimension it. So it actually is a square with a width of, or rather a height of 0.125 and 1.5, and we have the same thing for our width here. Cool. So we've got 0.15 on both sides over there. Now we want to create a rectangle over here that is 0.38 from all the sides except for this one. So I'll go to my rectangle tool. I'm going to zoom in a little bit and go over here to draw this shape. And then once again, we are going to dimension from this line to this edge. This is 0.38. From this line to this edge is also a distance of 0.38. And then from here to here is a distance of 0.38. Cool. So now we can finish that sketch. Everything is constrained. But when we extrude this, we are only going to extrude that outside edge over here. So that thickness of this is 0.5, and we can choose OK. All right, so now what I want to do, I am going to, let's see, we can draw this down over here, or we can just draw it in its side profile over here. So I want to create a plane that's in between these planes over here. So let me turn off these. And I want to create a plane that is in the middle so I can extrude in both directions a thickness of 0.5 in total or 0.25 across. So we've got a couple different plane options over here, but we're just going to choose our regular plane here. There's offset, we could do mid plane. I'm just going to do an offset plane because it's easy enough to figure out that it's 0.75 if I wanted to offset it or find the center. So let me zoom in so I can easily get the face. And we're going to zoom in and offset this plane a distance of 0.75. And it may look like it's a really small drawing surfaces, but planes actually extend in all directions infinitely. So we can go and choose this plane to actually draw. Sometimes it's hard to select it if it is small. And you can see what I mean, that it actually does infinitely expand. They just draw it small so it doesn't clutter up our workspace. So I'm going to start a sketch on this plane over here, and I'm going to zoom normal to this plane. So what we want to do is draw this feature over here. So I'm going to take a rectangle. I'm drawing from that origin over here. And then this rectangle, let's draw it. We're going to draw it all the way down this way, but we are going to throw in a couple dimensions with it. So the first dimension is going to give us our overall height. So from our very top to the bottom of this rectangle, and we'll dimension that from there to there. And gosh, I was so close to 4.25. And then we are going to get the width set properly over here, which is 0.5. Cool. So we are getting close to our actual shape. I am going to draw a rectangle over here. And I'm going to draw it a little off, which is easier for me to go and choose my coincident constraint and say that these two line up perfectly. So that makes it nice and easy for me over here. And now I can throw in some dimensions. So from here to here, this is a distance of 0.38. From here to here, this is also a distance of 0.38. And you can see the blue line is the only one that's left, so we have to find the dimension for that, which is 1.5. And there we go. We're getting pretty close. We do have this blank space over here, so we need to create a line that I am just going to draw straight across over here. And we want to dimension that. The only dimension that we have is 0.38 from the top to the bottom, so we'll choose that again. So 0.38. And there we go. We've got a nice shape here. It's not totally carved out, so if we want to trim some features to it, we can trim this up just to make it look a little better. We might accidentally delete a dimension there. Yeah, we did. But that's okay, because we can easily throw that dimension back over here. And that is all good. We have this blue line over here. If we want to throw in a perpendicular constraint, should get rid of that. And now we have a fully constrained sketch here. So I am going to finish this up. I'm going to add the fillets after I hit this sketch. So now I've got the rest of this. It's kind of in the middle floating. I'm going to turn off that plane so I don't have to see it. And I will extrude this symmetrically. So we're changing that line to a symmetric extrusion and the depth to a 0.25. And click OK. Oop. And it's actually not 0.25. That's it in each direction, so 0.5 overall. We'll choose that. And now we need to throw in our fillets. So all the fillets are the same. They specify that by doing the typical. So typical fillets, you know. And we'll go and hit all the edges that we need to. Go back home. Cool. And we'll finish that up. That's perfect. That is how we create TikTok. So let me move this up just a little bit. And down here, we can take a look at our mass properties, choose our part number 1, and we can see we get a mass of 1.715 and then a surface area of 15.395 inches squared. All right, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.